Nobody knows exactly what the first bear looked like, but experts say that it looked nothing like the bear that we know now. Bears evolved from something called Ursavis elmensis. It was a dog-like creature that did most of its hunting in trees. To hunt in trees, it had to be kind of small, so it was about the size of a house cat. Sadly, this amazing creature went extinct about 7 or 8 million years ago, but not before it evolved and passed on its genes. It went extinct because of a drought that turned subtropical forests into deserts.
Agaritherium africanum was the first evolution of the wolf bear thing. The remains of it seem to look something like an oversized deformed badger, of some sort with a long tongue for eating fruit and sharp claws and teeth for hunting. This creature had the strongest bite force in any land animal.
The next evolution, not far from the current-day sloth bear. It's called the Urus urus. It was a nocturnal animal that is insectivorous, meaning it only eats insects. It has a good reason to eat at night because, to be honest, it was hideous. If you've ever seen a sloth bear, you'd know what I'm talking about. It looked like this, pretty much, which is a sloth bear, except its hair is a lot thinner. It has long, shaggy coats that forms a mane around its face with sickle-shaped claws, which over time they developed a special type of lip for sucking up insects. They feed on honeybee colonies, fruit, and termites. You might think they were similar to the modern-day anteaters, and actually they evolved very similarly to them, even though they are not related at all.
The next evolution of bears is the Urus spalaeus, or the cave bear. This creature lived a very long time and went extinct only 10,000 years ago. This bear would be the big, scary animal with glowing red eyes that you see in cartoons. But this guy would just be a cuddle bug for a bear. He had a vegetarian diet and loved to be all alone in caves. They were the closest to the modern-day black bear so far. It was also about the size of a black bear.
Several million years later, there came something called the Urus minimus. In spite of its name, it's definitely not a small bear. On all fours, it's about as tall as a fully grown Great Dane, but way longer and more heavy built. We don't know much about this animal, but it's definitely similar to the Asiatic black bear, so much so that scientists often mistake the remains for the Asiatic black bear.
Next is the Tremarctos floridanus, which is the Florida speckled bear. They got their name from roaming around the present-day Florida and Georgia. They passed away at around the same time as the cave bear during the Ice Age. Another factor that made them go extinct was the Paleo-Indians who just moved into the neighborhood.
The next bear on the list is the first all-carnivore one, the Arctodus simus. The scientists found no evidence of a single piece of vegetation in its body. In the end, this would eventually be its downfall. But for a meat eater, he looked odd, with a flat face and really short nose, which gives him the name giant short-faced bear. With a light body build, he chased down its prey like a cheetah, reaching speeds up to 40 miles an hour. Could you imagine a bear almost twice the size of the current-day brown bear running at you at full speed? Might want to put on your brown pants. This beast was the mightiest land animal for a while, but when the Ice Age began, all of the bigger animals died. The only animals that were able to survive the ice, snow, and cold were the smaller animals that could burrow and stay warm. This huge bear had to evolve to be smaller, so it didn't have to get so much food to give it energy.
By the time the Ice Age was over, the giant short-faced bear was extinct. But coming through the cold snow is two bears, the black bear and the grizzly bear, emerging victorious. The black bears spread out, some going to Asia and some going to America, on the last remnants of ice. Some of the bears that went up north evolved to a gain of white color fur to blend into the snow. The polar bear. The other bears, like